Hey everyone, welcome to Buzzing About Romance. I am Becky, and joining me for this episode is Jenni. Hi, Jenni.
Hey, Becky.
And Leah. Hello, Leah.
Hello, Becky.
I feel like I started really quiet there. Who was the lady that used to do the nighttime radio?
Delilah.
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 I always think of the bathtub when I think
With
of
some
her.
candles, setting the mood.
Yeah, with Delilah.
But she's not Dr. Ruth talking. She just has
But
this really soothing
but she
voice.
gave advice, right, on relationships
She
and
did. Yeah,
stuff.
you could
Yeah.
call in.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Am I the Asshole, but not the same.
Yeah, do you think that was a precedent for the I am the asshole type Reddit stuff? Is the things like Delilah and Dr.
Yeah.
Ruth?
I think so, because essentially they were asking, Am I the asshole? Without saying, Am I the asshole?
I used to love some Dr. Ruth.
Mm-hmm.
She was real.
She
Didn't
don't got time for anybody's BS.
She did not.
No filter. Very open.
Yeah, I wasn't really a Maury person because I never understood the how do you not know who your baby daddy is?
As I didn't used to.
Wait,
but
you don't
now
know
I
who your
enjoy
baby
it more.
daddy is?
I know who my
Right.
baby daddies are. Goodness gracious.
I was just curious where we were going here.
No, shut up. You know.
Reminds me of that song.
Like- Who's your daddy?
No, the baby daddy song. And he's like,
What baby? I don't know.
I don't
what
know a baby daddy
song.
song.
they use it on TikTok all the time because how many baby daddies do you have?
Oh yeah,
I have one
ellipses.
daughter.
Yeah, yeah.
Just one. I live a boring life, apparently.
I have just one daughter. So how many baby daddies do you have? That is a funny little TikTok trend. I do like
That
that.
is true.
So we're back. It's Wednesday night. We are back with one of our sip and discuss book club styled episodes. Quick disclaimer: we will spoil this book.
Yeah.
We will spoil it. So if you are listening and just looking for a review, you're gonna want to wait till the end when we give our thumbs up, thumbs down, and go from there.
Read the book first.
Or read the book first and then come back and listen. And it's interesting because I know Leah has thoughts. Jenni, you had read this previous. Did you reread it for the episode?
I did reread.
Okay. So I'll be curious to see how your feelings are as a reread. Okay, Leah, tell us all the things.
Okay, so we did Camera Shy by Kay Cove. It is part of the Lessons in Love series. The release date is July 27th, 2023. The themes and tropes, it's neighbors to lovers. There's body positivity, self-love journey, curvy, insecure female main character, a praise kink hero. I can do air quotes. You all can see me.
Yeah.
Act like a queen. There's sex lessons in teacher-student dynamic, but not really, but kind of.
Right.
A business exchange. It's just a romantic bargain. There's no cash. For cash here. Dual first-person point of view. The hero is healing from a toxic relationship. She saves his career. He builds her confidence. Lots of extra drama on both sides. Summer fling and potential heartbreak. It was done by Lee Samuels and Heather Firth, and you can find it in Kindle Unlimited, and the audio is Audible exclusive, and content trigger warnings, body image issues, and some fat phobia.
I listened to the audiobook and I really did enjoy it. I like Lee Samuels. I think he does a really
too.
good job. And this was my first time with Heather Firth, and I really, really enjoyed her audio narration. It is done in duet styling. So she reads her chapters, he reads his
How
chapters.
did that go? Because you don't always like duet.
I don't like duel. Well, no, this is dual, not duet.
I was gonna
Sorry.
say
Dual.
Yeah,
I
that's
get them
where-
so mixed up.
duet, they talk amongst
No.
each other.
The one I'm
Like-
editing right now is duet, and I'm on a little bit of a struggle bus, but it's okay. It's okay. I did like and enjoy this audiobook. This was a long book,
It is long.
and I did end up speeding it up to get through it. But I don't know if that was just me because, life is lifing around this house right now.
Yeah.
No, it
So-
was long.
It was long.
It was long.
How many pages is it?
466 or something like that.
Well, yeah.
Maybe 416. Let me look.
I thought it was like 430-ish, somewhere around there. But
See, I'm like the odd man out. I don't mind a long book if it makes sense.
yeah, I mean, you read Penny reads tomes of
Yes, I
700
do.
pages.
446.
There we go.
Okay.
Um, do you have any like first initial impressions like from the hook that to kind of state how you feel about this reading this book? Do you have like a one statement thought? It was sexy. I
It
will
was
say
sexy.
these people did it a lot.
Yeah, it took them a little bit.
Like 20%. By like
Was it only
19%.
20%? Well, maybe because
19% he's eating
well,
her
so here's the thing. The
out.
first like 15% really drug on for me. I had a hard time with that. It was like nothing was really like things were happening, but nothing was happening at the same
I
time.
wish that she hadn't had. Okay, so this is kind of editor Becky. I wish that the engagement scene
Yes.
Oh,
wasn't there. I wish that had been told in flashbacks or in conversation, in segmented. I didn't need the author to show me all of that
See, I
or
didn't
tell
mind
me
it.
all
I
of
just
that.
felt like it was too drawn out.
I think it would have been a better I think the book would have hooked in faster if it started with them in the driveway.
Yeah.
yeah, because you
Or
could definitely tell the engagement story in just like quick, like he said
Yes.
this and
yeah.
he did this, and yeah, you wouldn't have needed
And you
all
still
this
could have had
stuff.
all the other man drama, like him trying to peek in and out of her life.
Yeah.
But
That's true.
there was a lot of repetition. So if we had
Hmm.
started the book at the driveway,
Yeah.
like how did you get to Vegas kind of moment,
Yeah,
I feel like it would have read faster.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
I feel like
Um,
that there was a lot of that through the book though. Like there was like sections where like they had purpose to them, but they were just too long.
yeah. I so Jenny, and I'm curious your thoughts because you tend to be a little bit more feminist than Leah and I.
A little attacked at that statement.
Well, she's a little more
I'm
outspoken
just
about it.
kidding.
And it's not a bad thing. That's why we have
No,
Jenny here.
no, it's not.
So he does have he's very macho.
He is.
He's very masculine, almost toxically masculine. How
Yeah,
did
okay.
he come
Yeah.
off and their dynamic come off? Because like it was hot when she masturbates for him, right? It's hot when
Hmm.
he eats her out in the closet. All of those things. I just wish that it had been more of that than him. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
So what
yeah,
was your thought on so our hero's name is Finn, the hot neighbor.
right. Yes, Finn and Avery. I like drew more towards the like common theme of like them both being judged by the outward appearance. Because there's a part where he says like he's not fit because like he wants to look that way. It's like a byproduct of his coping mechanism. Um,
Yeah, he
so
doesn't want
it
to
didn't
be
bother me much.
yeah, he doesn't want to be the overly attractive guy because the wealth in his name
Yeah.
already work against him.
Right. And his dad used his looks to,
Right.
yeah, screw women,
Screw women.
literally and figuratively.
Yeah. I mean, his dad was a hoe and constant women in and out of his life and cheated on his mother.
On everybody.
Yeah.
He's like a serial like
Yeah.
Yeah.
horror.
So it did make sense. Like,
Yeah.
but I just felt like there were times where I'm like, oh, this dynamic's a little weird.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of focus on like him and the way he looks and yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of like it was more physical than emotional and like mental in some ways, but I mean, she did have like the insecure, like mental, like thought process a lot too, which I thought it was a little repetitive in the way that she did that. Like I was kind of,
Avery's internal
yes.
dialogue. Yeah.
Yeah, overall I don't mind Avery, but at the same time, like I was kind of over her in her at this, you know what I mean?
So first of all, I don't think that she's as plus size.
Right.
I think that she falls more in line with the character from last week. So curvy,
Yeah.
Curvy.
14, 16, boobs, butt, thigh, but not heavy.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that's fine. I think that I have zero issues with that.
Yeah, she was buying swimsuits from Target without like she
Without
had them
question.
shipped to the
Yeah.
house.
Well,
Yeah.
and there's
So
a scene where he puts her on top right there in the beginning,
yeah.
Yeah.
and she's holding herself up. If you're a heavier person with larger thighs and a bigger butt, holding yourself up can be very difficult. Like you got to hold on to something and you got to, you know, hope and pray
You need some leverage or
and you
something.
don't get a leg cramp is all I'm saying. Particularly if you're on the heavier side, it can happen depending on how, fit you are.
Yeah.
And she talks
Right.
about not being fit. She doesn't go
she's
to the
not.
gym.
Yeah. Like she
So-
talks about how like she works out from like the bed. Like that's
Yeah.
her workout. Like making her bed is her workout.
So, and I felt like her internal dialogue, yes, it does get repetitive. But there are moments where it feels really true to the self, to that situation.
Mhm.
Because, I mean, we as all women doubt ourselves. We all have like, does this make my butt look big? Or, can you see my rolls on my back or whatever? Like it's very real. So I did like that part of it, but it does feel repetitive. Like at some point, love your body or tell yourself
Yeah,
something good
I
about
think
yourself.
it worked for me because she's coming off of that breakup that's like been for so long. So her whole image was
Mhm.
wrapped up in her relationship with Mason. And
Well, and I will say, like, as the book progresses, she like seems like there's an ebb and flow. Like she'll be
Yeah.
doing well, and then something will be said, or she will hear something, or like he at one point like talks about how he's content and it's like a trigger word and it like throws her into this downward spiral of chaos. And so like that's why like it doesn't bug me, but it bugged me at the same time because it was one of those things where like she was like in a good headspace and then it was like something simple would throw her off, which is very realistic though at the same time. But also like the picture thing, like we never got like the real backstory of what happened. Like we know something happened when she was like in junior high, but like there's no like
Continuity.
well,
An
it's just
untied
like,
thread.
but what exactly happened because of this picture? Like, what was the picture? How was it taken? Like, we get that it was a picture taken there, but we don't see the aftermath of that. Like, was it plastered everywhere? Like, did somebody take like this unflattering picture and then like blow it up and like show it off? Like, it just seemed like I hate getting my picture taken. I don't like looking at pictures of me, but like it's one of those things where it doesn't send me into like a spiral and I refuse to do it. You know what I mean? But if
Yeah.
there was
and
like
I think it's harder to avoid like now than it was like say when our moms were,
well, because
like
we
our
still
age.
had film cameras and
Yeah.
But still,
maybe that picture was fuzzy, so you didn't even get it.
I mean, there are tons of pictures. Well, we recently I went through some pictures on Monday with everything that happened, and there are tons of pictures of Mike and the dog.
Yeah.
Tons of pictures of Sydney and the dog.
Yeah.
Christopher does not like his picture taken. So there's not as many Christopher and the dog, and there were not many of Becky and the dog. It wasn't my dog, but you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so I think there still is the stereotype that women don't like their picture taken. We are caught up in a lot of times we're the picture taker still.
Yes. I think it's just harder to avoid now.
But I just wanted more like backstory of like the reason of the catalyst because it seemed like a big moment in her life and we didn't quite get the full story of it.
Well, and I think there were lots of untied threads. There were not giant plot holes, but there were threads that were used in different moments that we never really tied up with.
They weren't fleshed out. Like,
right. They kind of left us hanging a little bit.
In 446 pages, you should be able to flesh those out.
I mean, true story. True story. I did find Finn. So I think Finn is an absolute perfection beta hero.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a cinnamon roll.
Mm-mm.
He is definitely not an alpha, because while he is indulgent, I think he's subservient to women. I think that she easily could have wrote Avery a little bit more of a dominatrix.
Well, but I
and
feel
Finn
like
would have been fine as a sub.
If he was an alpha, the relationship with Nora would have played out differently. Like if he was a true alpha.
Yeah. But he does come off a little bit as a doormat.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he went the complete opposite of his dad so much that it was detrimental.
Well, but at the same time, like when he's in this relationship though, he almost is his dad, but he's in a not like a committed relationship, but like since she wants these other people in, like it makes it okay. And I'm not saying if that is the kind of thing that you indulge in, like that's fine if that's what you want to do. But like the way that he talks, it's almost out of character for the fact that like he wants to be with like one person in a good relationship, but he is like continually like in all of these threesomes like while he's in this relationship.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like it just doesn't, it's an inconsistency with the way like he comes across.
Yeah. And I do think that there were some good swoony moments. But I did feel, and I think it's because we don't get tons of her. I mean, we get like her current relationship backstory, but we don't really get a lot of character growth and true emotion from her. And so at the end of this book, it feels more of an HFN than an HEA.
Yeah.
Like, I think that they have to do a lot. Like, you should get couples counseling before you're even officially a couple. Like, you two need to, because like, you know,
they got issues.
Even if we look at like that masturbation scene where she's saying she couldn't finish because she needed some kind of grounding, you know, other connection, and she doesn't request it. She says it like, "Oh, I need you to say it," but it doesn't have to mean anything.
Yeah.
She really wanted true connection, true relationship with him, but she never asks for it clearly.
Right.
And it was like, okay. And see, I wondered if that bothered you a little bit, Jenni.
It did. Like the first time I read this book, I definitely got to the end and was just like, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Like, I am not sure about these people.
Like, is this that, you know, last week Lindsay brought up the trend of, are these two people that would be divorced later on in life? And if they don't need counseling, I'm going to go with a yeah. Yeah.
I could see them be like the kind of people that are divorced but still like
friends,
do things. Yeah, do things together. Like they're like their spouses would be friends with each other, and yeah.
Now, I will say the spice level, the dirty talk was superior. He was really great at, so this author can write the spice. She can write the dirty talk. I actually think that her praise kink, her dirty talk was actually, I think, better written than even some of what Sarah Kate has written, which a lot of people use Sarah Kate as like the height of the praise kink. I think Kay Cove wrote decent dirty talk. Like, it was good.
Well, and it wasn't out of place either. Like because it from the get-go, like first encounter, like he's going hard in the dirty talk world.
Yeah.
And so I think that's part of it too, is sometimes we get books where like it seems almost out of character with the way that they do it, but with him it didn't at all.
And I will say, I kind of liked Queen as a change of pace versus
Yeah.
Baby Girl
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
or
and I
Good
think it
Girl.
was a way of him showing and like telling her like you are more than you think you are. Like he's elevating her
For
to
sure.
that status, and it's like because even princess would not have been as
Yeah,
good
like
of a
she
word
holds the
here. Yes.
Well, she was a whole ass adult with a very successful
Yeah.
business and a very successful reputation.
Yeah.
To call her baby girl or good girl or princess,
Well, he threw some good girls in there, but
not many. I think he really went mostly with Queen, didn't he?
here
few.
I'll
Queen's,
I'll do
yeah,
a
like
search.
Queen is his
I felt like
like
Queen
go-to
was
all the
the
time.
yes.
Yeah.
It was like the standard
That
nickname.
was in and out of the bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Avery's insecurity did feel a little over the top.
So good girl was used all 20 times
Okay.
throughout the book. So,
It didn't feel like that much.
but because they were well placed, and I
Yeah.
think that's the key. Like it wasn't overdone, and they were well placed good girls.
So I do think we need to talk about the last 20% of this book.
I was
Okay.
wondering when it was going to come
So,
up. Like,
I
I
wanted to
have
give
lots
it
of thoughts.
I wanted to give it a fair beginning,
Chat.
a
fair
fair diagnostic, a story, the beats of the
before we
romance.
lose our ever-loving minds.
I will say, I do believe Kay Cove is an excellent writer. She understands the romance beats. Is she overly repetitive? Is she overly
Wordy.
Absolutely. But I think if you look at a Catherine Mara style writing and book, she is
It's this-
absolutely on par.
Yeah.
You know, it's a dirty Lucy score, so to speak. You know, it's long, it's overly insightful,
Yeah.
it's definitely repetitive.
Well, and that's the thing. The book is structured well. The editing is done well.
Yeah,
It's just a lot of book.
it's a lot of book. But this last 20% felt like a completely different book.
Oh my God.
like,
Okay,
everything
Leah,
goes-
and
Okay, so
go.
first off, I actually was reading some of the reviews today just out of curiosity, and I agree. Like, I liked Lennox. Like, she was a good friend, and then she invites her that stupid birthday party where, like, she knows he has banged like half the people at this party. And so, like, she also knows that Avery has these hangups. Why would you send a girl who is like real bodied, banging your cousin to a place where you know he has like banged everybody there, first off, where the ex-girlfriend is going to be?
But see, I think this was Lennox's way of testing her
Yeah, but
and her true
don't-
feelings.
And she does stay consistent. Like she invites him to like everything she goes through, like throughout the book.
This is true. And I'm not saying that I think she was wrong, but it bugged me a little bit too. But I think it's because there was no no
pep talk
warning
beforehand.
No talk. Yes. Well, and that's something that bugged me too. Okay. So like throughout the book, Finn wants like Avery to talk about things like how she's feeling, how she's doing, like all these things. Like he wants like her history and all this stuff. But anytime she asks him a question, he doesn't actually answer the question. Like, have you had threesomes? Well, it's complicated. What the fuck kind of answer is that?
Were
Yes
there
or
three
no? Like,
people
dude, you
in
had a
there?
foursome. Like, clearly, because Lennox mentions it and you stated it. And like, clearly it's something that happened a lot. So that bugged me because like he needed her to talk about stuff, but he was very evasive about things.
Yeah.
But I will say, when she's at the birthday party before the scene with Cass, which I thought was out of place and weird, but that's neither here nor there. I did appreciate how Avery took like charge of herself to a point, which I did like that. But then the Cass scene happened and she's like, maybe I can do this and I'm gonna kiss this girl because she's basically fondling me. And I just was like, no, I don't like that part.
Yeah. So, Jenni, what were your thoughts on the last 20%?
But wait, there is more, but I'll get
There
to
is
that.
more. Yeah. Like
Okay, well, let's do
that
Jenni
was
first,
my
then we'll go
bigger
back
pro.
to yours.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, so the first time I I thought something was up with her best friend Palmer,
I hate Palmer. Hate her.
right?
But I
Hate
will
her.
tell you, as a fat woman, all of us have a Palmer in our friendship. The one that things are going really well for you, and then Palmer comes in and
Shits all over it.
shits all over it, is the bucket of cold water that reminds you of your insecurities, drags you back to your state, will casually mention that they were invited somewhere that you were not. You know, you question, but it's a friend you can't quit because you've been friends for forever.
But you're their fluffer. I told you this earlier.
Yeah,
Like
you're
you
their-
fluff them,
Yeah.
but they don't
Right,
fluff
like,
you.
But
Yeah,
they
Becky, yeah.
need you to be their friend so that they look better.
Well, it makes them feel better about themselves too, because hey, I have a fat friend.
I have a fat friend, but also the guys aren't going to look at the fat friend. They're going to look at the skinny friend.
But then
It's
I'm
like
doing the fat friend's boyfriend.
Right. Okay, so
That's what I was
we
like.
hate Palmer.
we hate Palmer because she's a dirty hoe.
She's a dirty hoe.
Because, dude, like, so those of you who have read or not read, don't listen anymore. But seriously, she was doing her, like, Avery's ex-boyfriend their entire relationship.
But I caught that early on.
Well, I totally thought there was something going on between them. I did not realize it was going to be the entire length of it. I thought, like, she was going to be, like, the reason they broke
Like
up.
the
when he
catalyst,
gave
yeah.
that
Yes.
weird thing, I didn't mean to text you that.
Well,
Early-
that's the thing.
That was for Palmer.
Well,
Yeah.
yes, we know that now. But
Yeah,
I
like,
guessed
it was
it in the
easier to
beginning.
see the foreshadowing the second time.
Yeah, I caught
See,
it
I
this
thought
time.
that something happened, but I did not think that it was a long-term thing. I thought it was more of like a short-term thing.
Yeah.
Because Palmer like saw, like my thought was like Palmer saw that she was happy, and so she was like, well, that can't happen, so I'm going to hone in, and that's why the relationship fell apart.
But I will say, as a fat girl, sometimes you are desperate for friends and desperate for pretty friends. And you know what? She probably knew, like in the back of her mind, if she goes
Yeah.
back and looks at things, I cannot tell you the number of friends, and I
Yeah.
air quote that I had through college and high school that slept with my boyfriends.
Yeah.
So Palmer got me a little riled up. So
Mhm.
go on,
I-
Leah. What else bothered you in that last 20%?
Honestly, just a lot of it did.
Keep
Like,
going, listing it.
well, like the whole like fact that like so they're at this party and this cast girl like and I think part of it too is like so the whole like maybe threesome thing happened, but then he gets real pissed off about it. It's like, dude, you slept with this girl like constantly and like you're all upset about it now. But then they still don't have like a real conversation about any of that stuff after the fact.
They don't.
So it's like
She leaves.
well, she leaves and then she leaves the state and then like goes with Palmer and then finds out that Palmer's been stripping her boyfriend for years. And so like then she like goes back. But there's no like confrontation really, like at all. Like she does not like there's no conversation about how like well, and the whole like she rode home in the Uber with Nora and then like Nora had her phone and it was just this weird I almost think that Kay Cove got to this point and she's like, I don't know where to take the story. And so I'm just going to kind of.
Well, the Uber ride was weird, and it felt like
Yes.
how much drama, melodrama, messiness. Like,
Well, and I expected so much more from it.
tell me you watched telenovelas and then went to commercial break without telling me you watched a telenovela and went to commercial break.
Yeah.
Because we don't get the resolution that you would typically
No.
expect. And, you know, in my editing brain, that would have been big red circles being like,
I need more. Like, I
can
need
you-
more here.
what's happening here? And honestly, if Lindsay had read this book, I'm fairly certain she'd have pitched it across a room. At least
I don't know
twice.
if Lindsay would have finished this book, to be honest.
I think she'd have finished,
She'd
but
start
it'd been in
reading it.
rage. I don't know. Someone text her and ask her.
Yeah.
Okay. I did.
I think she said she did read it.
So what were our thoughts on like the resolution
What
was
resolution? There was no true resolution.
Do we feel like Finn, that they resolved things? I think they're in.
Well, she has the breakdown about the cherry bar fish, which I thought was hilarious that the guy was like,
This is your
he's
third one.
like, lady, this thing's been dying
I
all
will
summer.
say, I
Like,
did feel kind of bad for her that like this fish was the reason she broke down.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it happens. We all have
It
that like
happens. She was
one
very
final
concerned
thing.
about that fish through the whole book, though.
She
Like,
was,
you
yes.
can't tap on the glass, it upsets the fish.
But then they have sex against the glass.
And then they have sex against the glass.
They probably killed it that one time. And so he had to replace it right after that.
Probably.
Yeah, I was disappointed in the way that the book ended because like I felt like there was just so much throughout like through the book and like there was no true resolution to any of it.
No. And I really needed more depth. I just needed more to hold on to, and I think I could have had it. I don't know that I would have felt that way if we had had true resolution.
Yeah.
In the end, if we had seen this, kind of word salad moment of this is everything, here are my feelings, and him saying, picking up the feelings, recognizing them, talking about them, like true resolution.
Yeah.
Like grovel, something that gave us that
Yeah,
depth.
because it's like just a phone call, and he's like, "Well, when you come back, you're gonna be my girlfriend."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Cool,
also,
dude. Like,
but also
my life's
like
falling apart, but awesome.
yeah, it just there just felt like something was missing. But also there was a point where he's like throwing hundreds out like all the time. And
Yeah.
again,
He's
like
broke.
like he's supposedly this broke photographer and she asks him about it and again he's like he talks around the answer.
Well, he says like his grandfather owns.
Well, no,
Yeah.
and like he talks about how like his trusts comes in, but he says he has this account that like his dad like puts money in. But he says he doesn't touch it. It's like, dude, clearly you're touching it because you literally pulled multiple hundreds out of your wallet. I don't know about you, but I do not carry multiple hundreds in my wallet.
No.
Any cash, so
I don't carry cash, but I also then look at like credit card balances sometimes.
Yeah.
It's
just there was a lot of unresolved little things in this book.
No, I
that
think
bugged
so.
me.
Okay, other woman drama, Nora, the ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
I get that she was a plot device, like to move the story along to kind of try to help show that he is a good guy, but I think that's what it was, and then it just comes off disingenuous that he just really can't say no and that he's a doormat.
Yeah.
Because like she calls him in the middle of the night and he has a conversation with her.
But then he never tells Avery about it either.
He never tells.
That's another thing. Like these things happen and he never says anything about any of it.
Yeah. It got a little old. It was like, come on, dude, you can do better.
And, like her ex-boyfriend that's now her boyfriend calls him.
Right.
Yeah,
and she's on his phone plan, and I didn't need all those details, just FYI.
Yeah.
It was weird.
It was weird.
Well, but then
I mean, I could see it happening, but yeah.
Yeah, I could too, but there's enough.
There is. Okay. Let's do our thumbs up, thumbs down. I am curious. Sue in the YouTube chat mentions that she ended up reading the other two books in the series. I do know the one book is Lennox and the Fish Dude.
Yeah, Lennox and Dex are book 2, and then some chick named Spencer and a guy named Nathan are book 3.
Okay.
Don't know who they are though.
Okay.
We must meet them in book 2.
Must meet them in book 2. Okay, so let's thumbs up, thumbs down, and then we'll go to book recs. So Jenni, thumbs up, thumbs down?
Thumbs sideways. And that was where I was the first time I read it too, because I got to the end and I'm like, I didn't feel satisfied that it was like resolved and
yeah. Leah,
there's good parts. It's not so good parts.
Leah, thumbs up, thumbs down?
I'm a sideways because they're overall I enjoyed her writing style and the characters were not so bad, but there's just too many loose ends for me and
So
not enough development on some stuff.
this is a thumbs down for me. Is Kay Cove completely out? Absolutely not. I will try another book, but it does look like she started writing longer and longer books, which
No,
I'm
thank
like,
you.
I don't know. I don't understand. But I'm not gonna give up on her, because I do think that she can tell a story. It's that quandary of vibes versus depth, right?
Yeah.
Like the vibes of this book are dirty, dirty talking. If you want that, that's great. But I needed something to hold on to, and everything was slippery like a fish.
Yeah.
So, um,
There are a lot of fish in this
there's a
book.
lot of
There
fish in this
are a lot of
book.
fish. Can you
Okay,
imagine how many there will be in Dex's book because it's his fish?
if people liked this book or want other body positivity, maybe the intimacy coaching or kind of that neighborly friends to lover, what book would you recommend they try out? You're welcome to steal from my list if anybody
Well,
needs.
so you have a couple Olivia Dades, and honestly, any Olivia Dade
Oh,
would
yeah,
work well because I mean, she does plus size, real bodied very, very well, and her stories are definitely much better structurally sound.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So, Love Theoretically by
um,
Allie Hazelwood, The Roommate by Rosie Danon, Set on You by Amy Lee, The Kiss Quotient by Helen Hong, and A Deal with the Devil by Elizabeth O'Rourke, those all are intimacy coaching. Um, if you haven't read The Roommate by Rosie Danan, we're going to read her fan service next month.
mhm.
But The Roommate, he's a sex worker, he's a porn star that is leasing a room from her and helps her. So, and it's very well done.
Yeah, Hard and Fast by Mary Carr. That is the dating coach type of thing, and Penny is real bodied in that one. Gage is her boss.
Yeah.
That's a very good one.
Um, Praise by Sarah Kate. If you like the praise kink, the dirty talking, that one would work. A Tropical Rebel Gets the Duke by Adriana Herrera. He also helps her with intimacy. She wants to ditch her virginity. Picture Perfect by Tessa Bailey. He helps her. She's trying to attract her brother's best friend, but also she's a D1 athlete and doesn't know how to be a girl's girl, so to speak. So he's kind of
Mm.
trying to help her.
Oh, that's the one you just listened to, isn't it?
Right. But if you cannot suspend belief in timelines, like, and you know too much about sports, particularly like
that book's not for me
schedules,
then.
that book
But
is
also,
not for you.
if Becky picks up on timelines of sports
Yeah.
being wrong, it's pretty bad.
Good Girl by Nikki Sloan, Beautiful Player by Christina Lauren. Those are also both intimacy coaching. The Sebastian Guarantee by Krista Sandor, also intimacy coaching and how to be sexy.
Stacy also
Yeah,
says
maybe
Mary
not wear a hot
Warren.
dog.
Yeah.
Mary Warren's books would work as well.
Yeah, I think we mentioned her last episode
I think
too.
we did
I
too.
do
It's
like
hard to
Mary
keep
Warren's
track.
books. It is. It is hard to keep track. And I think that there are certain authors that do plus size so incredibly well, and then others try.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you're going to do it and you aren't living in a fat body, get a sensitivity reader. That is my.
Right.
Do I want
Yeah,
to.
that's what I was gonna say. It's like any other you
Yeah.
have a person of color. You need to have a person of color
Right.
read your book.
Absolutely.
Because I
Absolutely.
could not write it from
No.
You
that
know,
point of view.
and I read Tease by Melanie Harlow. And that was one that 1000% needed a better sensitivity reader. There was a girl that was a consultant on it for plus size rep, but I think it was
Well, it
more
was
of
like
a,
those Amy Dawes ones
yeah.
too.
I
And
just
it
think
just
that
wasn't done
there's
well.
mid-size body is fine. And this one did feel more mid-size body,
Hmm.
but don't call it plus size rep if you're not, truly doing the work
Yeah.
to figure out what it's like to live in a fat body. Um, okay. Let's see. Did anybody else say anything? Nope.
Nope.
Okay. So those are the books that we have. I will list them over on our on the shelf show notes at buzzingaboutromance.com. I'm back Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the YouTube, and then in into your podcast feeds after. I know author Lainey Davis is coming back to join me on Sunday night. We're going to talk about The Gilded Age, HBO's The Gilded Age, and Train Daddy. She has a hyper fixation on the one male main character in that series. So we will see how that goes. I am going to be binge watching The Gilded Age over the course of the next day and a half. Anyway, you guys are all shaking your head. Heather might be here. I'm not sure. And then next week, we are diving into Zom Rom-Com by Olivia Dade, and that is getting us ready for our fun, fall, spooky, cozy October reads, which if you'd like to know our October lineup, it's available over on our website. I'm kind of excited for the books in October.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
And I have the audio for all of the, I got a pre-listen or early copy listen of those Amazon stories.
Ones. Yeah, I got that too.
They're so good, you guys.
Are they? I haven't
They're
started
so good. Yet. And I'm excited for everybody to talk about Zom Rom-Com by Olivia Dade. I believe, Jenny, this will feed into your quirky humor that you love. Yep. Like you loved At World's End, Shaun of the Dead, and all of that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna be your title, friend. Okay. Anything else going on?
I don't think so.
Okay. Thank you to our Patreon members for helping us keep the podcast on the air. You are always welcome to join us over on Patreon. We have one tier at $5, and we'd love to have you. Until next time.
Happy reading, everybody.
Find us on Instagram at buzzingaboutromance or on Twitter at buzzingromance. If you like the podcast, please leave a review. If you'd like to support us directly, join the Bookcase and Coffee Patreon and receive exclusive content only available to Patreon members. Check out bookcaseandcoffee.com for our on-the-shelf show notes.